welcome to The Fan. I'm Lemma Harrington. Plenty to get to in this special playoff edition of the show. Utah Jazz taking on the San Antonio Spurs, a couple of teams very familiar with each other in the postseason. Steve Brown joins us to break it down.
A 1994 Jazz regular season sweep of the Spurs sets up high anticipation of their first round playoff matchup. A 36-7 Jazz run produces a Game 2 rout.
Playoff programs, folks. Get the Jazz playoff programs right here.
Dennis Rodman is nowhere in sight for Game 3 as the league sits him, the result of a Game 2 flagrant foul he laid on the mailman.
Rebound, Stockton.
Jay Humphries is red hot, and David Benoit shows off his skywalking skills as the Jazz coast to a 33-point win and a 2-1 series lead. Rodman returns for Game 4 with Material Girl Madonna rooting him on from the stands, causing a commotion. But Mailman and company make sure the Spurs' hopes of advancing are more like a prayer than reality. The Jazz move on with a 3-1 series victory.
Stolen by Howard Eisner. Jazz run. Ahead is the mailman. They got him in stride. Hammer dunk. Utah with a lead of 25-7.
The 1996 matchup opens with a 20-point Jazz blowout in Game 1. This was to be a series of blowouts. Game 2 goes to San Antonio, but it's all Utah in Game 3. In the friendly home confines of the then Delta Center, the Jazz dominate. The Jazz run the Spurs right out of the building in a 30-point win. Chris Morris enjoys his best day as a Jazzman in Game 4. Behind Mo's 25, Utah records a 101-86 win. They'll close out the series 108-81 in Game 6 and earn their third Western Conference Finals berth in 5 years. The 1998 matchup sees NBA Rookie of the Year Tim Duncan come up just short in his attempt to steal Game 1 in Salt Lake. Game 2 goes to overtime, but the Jazz execute when needed in the extra period and come away with a 109-106 victory and a 2-0 series lead. Game 3 in San Antonio is a Jazz nightmare. Someone forgot to take the lid off the Jazz basket as they score just 64 points on their worst shooting performance of the season. Game 4 sees a return of the Jazz shooting touch. The mailman delivers another Jazz win, and Utah heads home with a 3-1 series lead. The mailman's message to Spurs fans: we won't be back. True to his word, Mail engineers a Game 5 win, and the Jazz clinch the series.
Duncan, pretty bounce pass to Alberto. Are you kidding me?
The 2007 Western Conference Finals encounter with the Spurs did not go so well. San Antonio jumps on the Jazz early, putting the first 2 games in the bank. A brief Game 3 respite, 109-83, behind a brilliant Deron Williams outing, only serves to tease Jazz fans and provide a glimmer of hope. In the end, though, it was too much Duncan and Ginobili, with Tony Parker sprinkled in, and the Jazz would fall in 5.
We all know that Energy Solutions Arena can get pretty crazy during the playoffs. Paul Millsap, CJ Miles, they've both experienced it. So the question is, have they told the younger players on this team what to expect?
I heard it's crazier than what it was yesterday. Yesterday was kind of crazy, so I'm gonna find out, when the game comes.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Oh no, I can only imagine. From basically seeing the crowd from last night, it was ridiculous. And I can only imagine how the playoff atmosphere is gonna be, and I can't wait to see it.
Not yet. I heard last year when we did make it to the playoffs, so it's a new experience for me.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for our Utah Jazz.
I think just the atmosphere that we've had throughout the whole season has just been tremendous, and it's just picked up another level. And I think I only expect it to do it again, when we get to the playoffs. So fans have been great this whole season, and,
100% and, you know, with their support, and you know, we're only going to need it more.
And I think I only expect it to do it again, we get to the playoffs. So they've been fans have been great this whole season with their support, and, you know, we're only going to need it more. 100% and, you know, with their support, and, you know, we're only going to need it more.
I haven't. You know, I believe they know. You know, I'm sure they watched a lot of the playoff games with Utah, but you know, other than that, you know, it's going to be a surprise to them. You know, I wanted to shock them. I want them to feel the feeling that I felt. You know, my rookie year. You know, coming into a playoff game, which was amazing.
Time now for a look back in an important week that was. Time for the Utah Jazz Rewind.
The Jazz out on the perimeter. Gortat pick and roll. Rejected again. Favors is playing handball. Harris the other way. That's it. A sellout watched it. Utah earned it. The Jazz are going to the playoffs.
Back to the baseline to fall away. Josh Howard, no. Oh, my! Evans! He slows it, scoop it, Evans, up and in. What an incredible minute and a half.
Here's a look at the series schedule for the Utah Jazz and the San Antonio Spurs. On Wednesday, the Jazz will play Game 2 at San Antonio, and then at home for Games 3 and 4. Saturday and on Monday. Then on Wednesday, if needed, the Jazz will be back at San Antonio, and it's back and forth at home on Friday, and then on Sunday, May 13th, a possible Game 7 if needed. Now let's head into the locker room and hear what the Jazz are saying.
And it's a blessing. It's a great opportunity to get here. A lot of people count us out. Nobody didn't think that this team would be in the position to even get in the playoffs, and we made it. You know, and it's a great group of guys, and everybody on this team deserve it, man. It's just a wonderful feeling.
It's different because, you know, in the past on the playoff team, you know, I wasn't starting for one. You know, so, you know, I'm able to start this year and help this team, you know, get to the playoffs. You know, and able to help these young fellas, you know, get their confidence up. You know, lead them to something towards the future.
What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Hey Jazz fans, thank you all for support this season and staying with us. Me and my teammates appreciate you all, and we are looking forward to see you in playoffs. Go Jazz, baby!
It was great to be able to see some of them get out there and get a rhythm going, and as well as Josh and Raja getting back into it. You know, there's nothing like game shape, so for them to get those minutes and get back out on the floor, it's been a while. So it was good for us as a team.
Coming up next on The Fan.
To have them come out and have the same feeling about it that Larry had is very touching, if you can tell.
Jazz fans, it's time to get your season tickets for next year. Tickets start as low as $10 a seat in the upper bowl and $49 a seat in the lower bowl. And there are plenty of payment plans available for every budget, so call 325-2999 and get your tickets today. Stick around. More of The Fan is coming up right after this. The Fan is brought to you by Discount Tires.